How to learn money in home. Well, it starts with you parents. It does not start with the school. So I am a master guide, been teaching financial literacy and financial knowledge for decades. And there are so few people who actually break it down into common sense freaking language. It's what I feel like I do the most. And I'm going to teach you a few things right now. What can you do to start bringing financial responsibility? Notice the words I'm using: financial knowledge, financial literacy, and teach money in the home. So the first three things we're going to talk about is just the importance of financial literacy. From the minute you come onto the planet to the minute you walk off, somebody's got to be financially responsible for you. So whether that's food, whether that's, clothing, housing, any of that. I mean, your parents typically do it when you're first born. Who's doing it at the end of your life? Most people don't even have a plan. Most people don't even have enough cash or income to even have done that. So financial literacy is critical. What's interesting is everyone thinks the school system should teach it. I totally disagree. This is you, parents, creating that value, that legacy of who are you, that you want to actually create a successful family like the Rockefellers did and the Vanderbilts did not. The other thing we're going to talk about are just some really good resources. And of course, it's going to be here on my YouTube channel. So while you're here, it's early in the game here on the video, but I want you to subscribe to my channel. Click that notification button because you need to be here 5 days a week. I don't do this because I need to be behind a camera. I do it for you. I do it for exactly this reason, that you and anyone 5 years and older in your household could be listening to this channel. And while I'm giving away some gifts, actually at the end, I'm going to give you two gifts. I'm going to give you a gift for your children up to 20 years old, what they could do to have financial literacy every day in their life and teach them to be an entrepreneur. And number two, where should they put their money once they make their money? I'll give you those two gifts at the end of this recording. I can't leave the video without talking about number three, which is the understanding between credit and debit, and especially debit cards and credit cards. It's huge. At any time, you can also, after this video, go up to my search bar, and I have huge playlists on how to use credit cards for investment cards, how to use credit cards for lines of credit, arbitrage, how do you actually do all that? So it's available, so make sure you download those as soon as you can. So let's talk about financial literacy in the home. First of all, as a parent, is it important to you? First of all, you say, and it's the biggest excuse I hear, parents say, well, I can't teach my kids because I don't know it myself. Well, then learn with them. Because at some point, you aren't going to learn everything that I did. I dedicated my entire life. I'm accused of that frequently. People say, oh, Loral does talk about money. Well, that's the topic I chose, and that's the expertise I was given. So I deliver money conversations all day. You might not be that person, but you do have to decide, do you want to bring a financial literate, responsible conversation into your household? So how do you do it? Well, you start with some of your language patterns. You're never going to say, we can't afford it. You're going to say, how could we afford it? What could we do? Right? I'm talking about the 21st century lemonade stand, basic, small business, simple, easy things. We are in such a technical era right now. All of you have cameras, you have phones, you could do your own YouTube channels, you could do your own social channels, you could sell so many products on the internet. COVID gave anybody who wasn't on the internet the blessing to get here. And if you're not here yet, you kind of missed the boat, but there's never too late to jump in. You just got to be able to deliver an exorbitant amount of content. So whatever your content expertise is, bring some products and service to the market, do it online. So think about what else you and your family could do together to make money. Now, if you want to start the way I started in real estate. So I became a real estate millionaire in 1999. So you don't have to know it all. I mean, last year, May of 2022, I launched the How to Make Your Kids Millionaires book. And a lot of parents were interested. They're like, well, I don't know enough about it, so why would I just give this to my kid? It's really a parenting book, and it's something to do with your kids. So as you read 0 to 5, what you could have, should have, would have done, who cares if your kids are 10 years old? Do a catch-up plan. And then go into the 6 to 8, 9 to 11. Every phase, Kyle and I wrote through in the book checklists of what you could and should be doing to just bring money into your household. And if you don't know any of the answers, then you go to askloral.com, you ask questions, and we're going to be right there mentoring and guiding you as we go through this together. So between being in my YouTube channel, every Friday I launch a podcast, just immerse yourself in our content. The biggest thing when it comes to money is you have got to stay in your philosophical lane, meaning who actually believes that you could be a millionaire. So Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, Keith Cunningham, me, Bob Proctor was in the lane, Sharon Lecter's in the lane. Like, our content is very aligned and our philosophies are aligned. Unlike Susie Orman, Dave Ramsey, Dave Bach, not bad, just they're not teaching you millionaire make money wealth strategies. They're teaching you safe, stay in the box, stay out of debt, and stay as safe as you can your whole life, live within your means. We're of the philosophy, grow your means. So who do you want to be? Because you're going to have to decide that philosophy. That is your biggest parenting job, is who are you going to raise your children to be? And how do you want to really model that in the household? And if you don't think that kids are following every lead that you do, so when you walk into a store, do you tell your kids, don't ask for anything, we can't afford it? Or do you say, all right, we can afford anything you want. What do we want to do to make more money? Today, we're only getting this. You don't have to say we can't afford it today. Just say today, we're only getting this. So you start modifying your language patterns to actually be positive in the conversation about money, because kids can do anything and they're actually more brilliant technically for sure than most of you. The next 3 to 5 years, the careers that are going to become available to people like my daughter's a junior in high school, so that's 11th grade. I mean, by the time she graduates high school and goes to college, there will be more job descriptions and more opportunities technically online than there's ever been in the history of our life. So a lot of these, what are you going to be when you grow up? I don't know. Let's see. I mean, COVID changed all of this for a lot of us. So who do you want to be as a family? So philosophically, what do you want? And then find the support resources. So if you think about what are the best books to read, I got to give Think and Grow Rich the big credit because I got that at 17 years old. So go find that somewhere and then read mine. So I do have 6 best-selling books, and I wouldn't say do them in order. I would do The Millionaire Maker first, just so you have the context of what it's going to take to sequence to become a millionaire. Then, if you are about needing to make income, you go read Cash Machine and put more cash in your pocket. If you already have assets and you need to learn to invest, you go over and get the Wealth Cycle book. If you just have some weird psychology around money, then go get the Yes Energy book, and we'll walk you through that. But at all costs, you've got to go to makeyourkidsmillionaires.com. We're still giving $1,500 of bonuses to everyone who buys the book there. Yes, you can get it on Amazon a little bit cheaper, but you're not getting all my cool bonuses and all my extra programs that I give you when you actually go to makeyourkidsmillionaires.com. So click on that link below, go grab that book, and has all the checklists that you're going to need to walk through, and a 4-week masterclass that you'll get once you buy the book. So again, if you haven't subscribed by now, not only you, I want you to share this with 5 or 10 people. I want you to go for it. I have actually a very cool gift for you right now. If you want to binge watch my channel, which puts financial literacy in your home, you watch 25 hours. So if you click on the link, there's an exact way that you have to watch, so we know you've watched the 25 hours. We'll give you $750 credit towards whatever your next tuition is with us, or some learning opportunity with us. And look forward to having you there and seeing you there. Make sure you get the kids book, makeyourkidsmillionaires.com. Now, inside the book, it's very interesting because Kyle, Air Force fighter pilot, 25 years, me, single mom, 2 kids, traveled all over the world, did it very differently when we came to educating our kids. And we're both right. We both arrived at very similar places. And it just gives you a range of, do you want to do it the way I did it? Do you want to do it more the way Kyle does it? We don't care. You got to pick a path. You got to make a plan for you and your family. And you can just begin. The only thing I would caution you parents on is some of you are going to have some pretty creative little entrepreneurs, and you got to let them run. And if they outpace you, that's fine. Quit your job, become their manager, because until they're 18, they can't legally own the company. You're going to have to own it for them. But I have made kids millionaires as young as 8 years old when little Pop's top, jewelry. That was actually one of our students and one of their kids that actually, she quit her job to actually help her daughter make that Pop top jewelry stuff and all these little ribbons and bows. And it went wild on the internet years and years and years ago and became a millionaire. So some of you, your kids actually have better ideas than you, and they actually might have a broader skill set. So wrap a business around that if you want to keep it in the family. Now, before we leave, I just want to talk about credit cards and debit cards. So again, I want to give you 2 gifts. If you go to GravyStack, so GravyStack is a bank. It's a bank for kids. Now, it's just not a bank like, Greenlight and some of those other ones. It is actually designed to make you an entrepreneur based on a lot of the work that I've done and some other amazing folks have done. Scott Donnell has founded the company. I'm an investor in the company, and it gives you a debit card for the kids. So they're going to do missions and gigs. So basically it becomes very entrepreneurial. So each week the kids get a line out what they want to do. How much money do they want to make? So you never pay your kids an allowance. You have them design their paycheck. How much do they want to make this week? What do you want to make next week? What do you want to make the next week? You can design the whole month. As long as they do what they need to do, you actually can just pay them through the debit card. So that's the way they get paid. They can use that as needed. But as they grow into an adult and become 18, you can actually apply for credit cards. So we do a very specific training to your 18-year-old kids on make sure that they apply properly, because you could blow your credit for 7 years if you don't get your first credit card and those applications done right. But credit cards allow you a little bit of liability protection. You got 30 days to pay off the card. You're using somebody else's money. As long as you pay it off every month, it's 0%. So again, I have hours and hours and hours of why use a credit card over a debit card all over this channel. So go to the search bar above, make sure you actually put in credit cards as investment cards. Why use credit over debit? It's over and over and over. You take and you only use a debit card, you're pulling money straight out of your bank account. You have absolutely no protection of that money, and the banks aren't going to go fight if it's actually been stolen or identity theft. Your credit card company will. So lots of reasons to do it. If you have any questions about any of these topics, go to askloral.com, ask a question, make a request, and we're there 24/7 just for you. Make financial literacy a huge part of bringing it into your family. The last big gift I want to give you is a link to iFlip. So once you're making money in GravyStack, you can put your money over in iFlip, which is a software to invest into the stock market. So for smaller amounts of money using GravyStack and iFlip, coupled with my Make Your Kids Millionaires book, you've got a whole family plan. If you really are serious, go grab my Millionaire Maker game. We have a great deal going on it, so just grab the link below. It's a little coupon code for getting a discount on my game, and put that at the kitchen table on a regular basis on the weekends. Talk to you tomorrow.